Now at 6, a crash claims the life of a child near Diamond. What authorities say happened at the intersection of Highway J and Quail Road. Plus, no star on your license, you might be grounded next month. The Real ID deadline approaches after years of delays. And
a donation between two Southwest Missouri fire departments hopes to help keep the community a little bit safer. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A crash near Diamond, Missouri claims the life of a 6-year-old child. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Happened around 5 last night at Highway J and Quail Road, just east of Diamond. Authorities say a Granby man was driving north in an SUV and failed to yield to a pickup traveling west. The impact caused the truck to flip, landed upside down. A 6-year-old boy in that truck died at the scene. The driver, also a woman, and an 8-year-old boy in the truck had minor injuries. All 4 are from Pierce City, Missouri. The driver of the SUV also had minor injuries. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice day for us today. A little bit cooler than what we saw over the past couple days, but still pretty good. 62 is where we're sitting right now in Joplin, 65 in Pittsburgh. So most of us low to mid 60s across the region. Still kind of a chilly night tonight. We'll slide back through the 50s, 40s. Most of us low to mid 40s for overnight lows. Not near as cold as what we saw last night into the morning hours. Clear skies, not a whole bunch going on. We will get a few clouds kind of rotating in late tonight into tomorrow morning as our next weak little wave will start to head in. You can see some spotty showers trying to pop up, especially as we get into Wednesday afternoon, but a little better chance to get some stronger isolated thunderstorms getting going tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. We're going to talk more about that coming up here in a bit.
See you soon. After a 20-year delay, Real ID enforcement's just around the corner. Starting May 7th, if you do not have one, you might not be able to fly on an airline. Now is the time to check your ID or driver's license for a gold or black star in the corner. If it has one, that means you have a Real ID. These are designed to prevent fraud and identity theft. Officials say it's important to get yours as soon as possible.
So this is for people that have travel maybe planned here in the near future. So this is what's the acceptable by TSA to get on domestic flights.
To get that Real ID, you'll need documents to prove your identity, lawful status, social security number, and proof of residency. If you've changed your name, you'll need to provide documents to prove that as well. If you have a passport, you can use it to fly domestically instead. Just keep in mind, those are more expensive. The fate of the employment of IRS workers reaches all the way to the Show Me State. Sources say the IRS is expected to announce their individual decisions by the end of this week, the busiest week of the year. The news came just ahead of today's tax filing deadline as the agency processes tens of millions of tax returns, payments, and refunds. One likely location impacted will be Kansas City, Missouri. The Trump administration is aiming to cut roughly 20,000 IRS jobs, about 20% of the agency workforce. Big day for the Ronald McDonald House in Joplin. The family-focused charity got a helping hand from Freeman Auxiliary today in the form of a $10,000 check. For Ronald McDonald House, the donation means being better able to serve area families during some of the life's most difficult moments. For Freeman Auxiliary, the donation means giving necessary support to a charity that does so much good for the community.
Traveling through the community and the baby that needs to be born and the troubles that come with an unexpected birth is real, and they're here without question help those families no matter if they're from Joplin, Ohio, New York, or California.
The partnership between Ronald McDonald House and Freeman Auxiliary dates back to 1995. 2 fire departments in Southwest Missouri are helping each other not only in the field but with equipment needs. Last night, the Webb City Council voted to allow the Webb City Fire Department to donate a brush truck to Dunaweg Fire Department. KOAM Samantha Walker spoke with the 2 departments about the importance of their partnership.
It's not uncommon for the Webb City Fire Department and Dunaweg Volunteer Fire Department to work together to fight fires. But now that partnership is going even further by sharing equipment. It starts with a Webb City brush truck from 1984 that was donated to them by the Missouri Department of Conservation.
It just was older and had some issues. Parts are getting hard to find for it, so we had it had been setting for a year or two here. We had just decided to discontinue its use. We didn't have a need for it.
The Dunaweg Volunteer Fire Department has the exact same truck, which stopped working properly several months ago.
We've been trying to figure out what's wrong with it, and we finally just figured out what it was.
But due to the age of the vehicles, parts to fix Dunaweg's broken truck were difficult to find. When the department heard Webb City had the same truck, they offered to buy it, with a plan to take parts from it to fix their own.
Obviously, the truck wasn't worth a whole lot. It was donated to us to begin with, so it was just one of those deals, just pass it on.
With approval from City Council, the Webb City Fire Department is giving Dunaweg their brush truck, with no money exchanging hands.
Budgets are very tight. It's very exciting. It just goes to prove we have a super great relationship with all the departments around here, and we all work together very much.
The Webb City Fire Chief said it only made sense with their partnership to send the truck from one department to another who could put it to good use.
We have great auto aid, mutual aid agreements, so Dunaweg helps us a lot, and so it's kind of nice to be able to help them a little bit, and kind of pays them back for the help they give us.
Dunaweg Fire responds to more incidents in rural areas requiring a brush truck, so they're ready to put the equipment to good use.
And we'll go back to Webb City and help them with this truck that we put together. So, it's just a great partnership.
One they are so grateful to have.
We are so appreciative of Webb City for just donating this. It's just a really big blessing.
The Dunaweg Volunteer Fire Department's brush truck is already in the shop, ready for those new parts to get it up and running. Reporting in Jasper County, I'm Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Webb City Council also gave approval for the fire department to buy additional bunker gear, something they're buying together with Dunaweg to save both departments some money. Pittsburgh hits the diamond today against Coffeyville. John Dales has the highlights as the Purple Dragons look to stay unbeaten. That's up later in sports, but first.
It's snake season. I talked to the conservationist. He says there's some good things and bad things about snakes. I'm Lonnie Walton in Baxter Springs. I'll have that story coming up.
Underway in the 4 states, the Missouri Department of Conservation says although snakes can be harmful, for the most part, they're not. They're helpful. Many feast on unwanted rodents and pests. KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke to an expert about what you should do if you happen to encounter a snake.
I met a local resident who says he loves snakes, but one snake got a little too close for comfort.
One had gotten in the garage and it had climbed up on the door frame. And when I opened the door, it fell and almost landed on me.
Terry Ross is a Baxter Springs resident who says he came face to face with an aggressive snake.
I actually killed it because it was poisonous, and then I carried it outside and threw it over the fence in the yard.
Luckily, Terry didn't get bitten by that snake, but according to Missouri conservationist Frank Skaleski says anyone bitten by any snake should report to the hospital with a photo of that snake.
The first thing they're going to ask you, was it venomous or non-venomous? If you have a picture of that snake, that'll help you show the doctor what type of snake bit you.
And although snakes can gross some people out, Skaleski says snakes can be very beneficial.
Let's think about an animal that is providing us benefits through its control of mice and rats, other small rodents.
And if you don't want those snakes lingering around, Skaleski says don't give it a reason to.
Get rid of those wood piles, get rid of those debris piles, seal those cracks in your deck.
Ross says even though he had a bad encounter with a snake, he says they still aren't that bad.
If a copperhead or something's around, then I take notice. But no, I don't mind the snakes. I mean, they eat mice and stuff.
And hopefully those venomous snakes don't hurt our locals, and vice versa. Reporting in Baxter Springs, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
According to the Missouri Department of Conservation, it's illegal to kill a snake in Missouri. However, the exception is if a venomous snake is in a position where it could bite a person. A little bit later, Pittsburgh's varsity girls basketball team has a new Dragon leader. John's going to have details for us coming up in sports.
Plus, our thunderstorm chance is increasing a bit over the next few days. We'll look at that coming up.
Royal Home Improvement.
Well, it turned out to be a pretty nice Tuesday for us today. It's a smidge cooler than what we saw on Monday, but still our temperatures, most of us mid-60s for highs, just a little bit below where we should be for this time of the year. It looks great. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We're looking northeast right through downtown Joplin. Temperatures right now 62 Monette, 65 at Grand Lake. We got Pittsburgh at 65, much of the same in Independence. Through the evening hours, 50s, 40s. Another cool night, not quite as cool as what we saw last night, but still kind of in the low to mid 40s. The winds will start to increase again as we go into Wednesday. They're going to be out of the south. Today we had a northerly wind, tomorrow southerly wind, meaning those southerly winds will help us warm up a bit. But we're going to have gusts kind of 20 upwards to 30 at times, 30 upwards to 40 at times as we go into Thursday. Not a whole bunch going on here. Have a weak wave across the Rockies. That will give us some clouds, random showers as we go into your Wednesday, and then storm systems kind of lining up out toward the west, which will affect us as we go through the next several days. Let's go through time. We're going to stop Wednesday morning, pretty much clear skies, 43 to 46-ish. Some clouds start to rotate in as we go through late morning into the early afternoon. With those clouds, we could see a few spotty showers popping up, especially early afternoon, maybe a rumble, thunder, not a big deal, along and north of I-44. These push out tomorrow evening, high temps, low to mid 70s. I'm thinking about 74, 75 on Wednesday afternoon. Then we focus our attention back toward the west because one or two storms will most likely try to get going and try to push in. If they do get going and they do make it in, they'll have the threat for some hail as we get into tomorrow night and then pushing through by Thursday morning. So we're going to watch that as we go through the next 36 hours. And then Thursday afternoon looks great. We warm into lower 80s for afternoon highs. Day planner on your Wednesday, 46 to start, 68 by noon, high temp, 75 degrees. Let's zoom in the yellow, another severe threat moving in for Friday, mainly Friday late afternoon and evening. I think the greater threat, I-44 and south, where that front is going to line up. Severe threat mainly looks to be suppressed to the south on Saturday. Our southern counties may still be in that threat, and then it shifts east as we go into Easter Sunday. Let's get a little better look at it. Look at this wind shift line. Here's Friday evening, right from Nevada, Parsons back toward Tulsa. That's the front. Showers, thunderstorms, and then just periods of showers and thunderstorms. Strong ones Friday night, Saturday. We may get a little bit of a break Saturday afternoon. Another round moves in on Sunday morning. So potential rainfall over the next 4 to 5 days. A lot of areas will have 1 to 3 inches of rain. I think that's going to be kind of the average across the region. All right, let's go 75 Wednesday, 82 on Thursday, 79 on Friday. A little bit cooler over the holiday weekend. Easter looks like it will start off wet, but I do think we'll clear out in the afternoon, but still it's 5 days away, so a lot can change.
Yeah, people have to keep an eye on it, and they'll just see if they have to adjust their plans accordingly.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Pittsburgh State Baseball tries to win its 13th game in a row. And Pittsburgh High School softball faces Coffeyville at home. John Dales has those stories and more.
Pittsburgh High School softball is off to a 5-0 start to the 2025 season. The Purple Dragons are one of just 6 undefeated teams left in all of Class 5A, and they hope to remain unbeaten after a home game today. We've got an SEK League battle at Pittsburgh High School this afternoon as the undefeated Dragons host Coffeyville. Top of the first inning, Mackenzie Jones pulls one down the line into left. She hustles into second with a double, but would get stranded there. Bottom of the first, the Purple Dragons attack immediately at the plate. Megan Johnston crushes a pitch to deep left and gone for a home run. Just like that, Pittsburgh leads 2-0 and is far from finished. Later in the frame, Briley Mantooth hammers one into the gap in left center. Couple more runs will come in to score. It is now a 5-0 Pittsburgh lead. We're still in the first inning. Haley Gray at the plate. She knocks it back up the middle into center for a 2 RBI single. The Dragons run away with this one quickly. They improved to 6-0 on the season with a 25-0 win over Coffeyville. Well, Pittsburgh High School also announces today that Tristan Gegg is the Purple Dragons' next head coach of the varsity girls basketball team. She's very familiar with the Southeast Kansas area. Gegg was an all-state basketball player at Labette County High School, then played 5 seasons for the Gorillas women's basketball team. She's third in program history for career points scored. After her playing career ended in 2023, she's been an assistant at Girard for the past couple years. It's the final day of the 2025 MIAA Women's Golf Championship in Nebraska. Missouri Southern was in 7th place coming into today with 1 golfer in the top 15. The Lions finish in 5th place as a team. Central Missouri brings home the conference championship with a 22-stroke lead on everybody else. Sam Maselli from Northeastern State wins 1st place as an individual at 16 over par. Katarina Chinaranska from Missouri Southern finishes tied for 11th at 21 over. And Lion senior Lily Allman gets tied for 16th place, just 1 stroke behind her. Pittsburgh State Baseball has given itself a great shot at a bid in the NCAA tournament next month. The Gorillas have won 12 games in a row, entering a non-conference showdown on the road this afternoon. And as we come on the air, it looks like Pitt State is on the precipice of its 13th consecutive victory. PSU leads Missouri S&T 12-9 in the top of the 9th inning. MIAA Hitter of the Week, Drew Bugner, is one of 4 Gorillas to hit a home run in this one. And closing it out with a look at Major League Baseball, the Royals and Cardinals, both of them play the second of 3 game sets today. Each of them are hovering around 500. The Royals face the Yankees after losing to them 4-1 yesterday. Michael Wacha hopes to get his first win of the year on the mound. He's the expected starter for KC. This one just got started about 15 minutes ago at Yankee Stadium. Then the Cardinals, they played the second of their series against the Astros at home. They won the opener 8-3 yesterday. Eric Fede gets the start on the mound for the Redbirds. He didn't allow a hit in 6 innings of work his last time out against Pittsburgh.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Need to call 911, but you can't connect? Well, we're going to show you what to do. Plus, the science behind why children don't pay attention. A lot of parents and grandparents are going to want to hear that. And we'll take a peep inside a factory for one of America's favorite Easter treats. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Weather looking pretty nice at the moment, but it will be changing perhaps tomorrow.
It will. The winds are going to pick up. Temperatures also pick up, but a few hit and miss showers tomorrow. We could get an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow night. Thursday, warm and windy, 82, and then thunderstorm threat again late Friday.
Final sports notes.
Well, since I talked about the Pitt State baseball game a few minutes ago, they've scored 6 runs since then.
Wow.
So the Gorillas now lead 17-9 in the 9th inning.
Not wasting any time. Looks like they're going to get a win. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.